Hey everybody, my name is Owen and welcome to the video. I'm just taking a break from having my little avocado that looks really bad and bent out of shape, but actually it's delicious and creamy and yummy and perfectly ripe. So yeah, I just thought I'd make a video despite having a little bit of tummy upset. I think I got food or water poisoning around 5 or 6 days ago here in Costa Rica, where I'm visiting at the moment. But I thought I'd make a video about something that's been coming up lately. Two things coming up in my life lately. One is cannabis and the second one is veganism. And this video I'm going to make about veganism. If you want, let me know in the comments if you'd like me to share what I feel, think, know and experience, and my opinions also, just overall about the whole topic of cannabis, or even the cannabis plant too, or as well as like taking it, you know, orally or through the lungs, orally I suppose. But yeah, in this video I want to talk about a certain topic of dairy industry. A friend of mine who I deeply love and respect recently asked me the question of just basically from what I gather, she's more or less saying, like, don't we all have a right to eat what we want? And we just, like, that's, you know, when you're in a relationship, you gotta just respect and accept people for what they're eating. You can't try and force, change or control them. And everybody has a right to choose what to eat. That's basically what I heard her saying. And I'm like, yeah, like, I don't want to be controlling, forcing or manipulating or bullying anybody to do anything. Definitely not. Everybody has free will. But the only difference is, in terms of food, it's not as simple as that, because we don't all have a right to eat what we want. You can't go around eating somebody, your neighbour or your neighbour's cat, another person. So it is different. Ethics have to also play a part in everything. We don't have a right to steal, even though we have free will. We don't have a right to, you know, rape. Ethics play a part in everything. You have to consider the integrity and ethics of a situation before saying, I have free will. So you don't have free will to break people into houses and disturb them, to disturb their peace or frighten them, all this sort of stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to say, like, I don't want to control or guilt trip somebody who's in my family or my partner or, you know, my friend, and say, you got to do this, you know, or you're so bad for doing this. Definitely not. And like my beautiful friend also shared to me, like, when I'm familiar with this idea, like, we're all at a level of consciousness, okay? So, and she shared me a beautiful picture. Her name is Jovita. Hi Jovita, if you're watching. And the picture said something like, we're all at a stage, and you can't make somebody in the stage of caterpillarness suddenly be catapulted or dragged or like reefed out of it into being a butterfly. You can't just suddenly like make somebody grow or force somebody to grow, or yourself to be like much more evolved and expanded in your consciousness than you are right now. You have to grow, you have to learn, you have to go through the motions day by day. You have to develop, like the way a caterpillar develops into a butterfly eventually. You can't force the process and make it speed up with the click of your fingers just because you wanted to, either for yourself or somebody else. And for me, the ethics that I have for myself and the values and the code of conduct and honor that I live by for how I treat other people, both adults, women, men, children, it also applies to animals, because I basically believe, like I said in another video, that animals are basically like people or children. They just have different bodies, they have personalities, they have a central nervous system, they are self-aware, from what I know. At least chimpanzees are, and I'm sure a bunch of other animals that are very intelligent, like elephants. Dolphins are actually like extraterrestrial, except they're terrestrial, highly evolved, highly advanced species. Definitely like us, the most on the planet, us and dolphins are. But there's many animals. If you want to believe science, and I question science, a lot of science, but I don't just dismiss science either. I don't cast it all as black or white or false or true. I use my discernment. But science approximately says animals have the intelligence approximately of a 5-year-old. Just as a generalization, you know. It could easily be higher though, I'd say, for sure. Just that we're not evolved in our consciousness enough to understand them fully. But yeah, what was I going to say next? So yeah, they have animals. For me, have the right to life, for sure. Right to life isn't governed by your species, your age, your gender, if you're man or woman, if you're young or old, if you're human or not human, um, or your intelligence, or your physical strength or size. And that, like I said in another video, we don't just kill or eat or exploit or capture or cage disabled adults who are mentally impaired, because right to life isn't about intelligence. So it doesn't matter if an animal is the intelligence of a 5-year-old. They have a deep social group, and they have families. They give birth, they miss their mothers and dads or children if they're separated. They look out for each other, and they have a deep, powerful capacity for both happiness and peace, as well as pain and suffering. And that's very, very important. If basically speaking, for me, what you do to an animal, you should only do it from an ethical perspective if you're willing to do it to your own child. So they suffer from anxiety, depression, sadness, pain, hurt, loss, trauma, from angriness towards them. They have all these like emotional pains and wounds and traumas if we do that to them, just like we do to another adult or another child. So you never want to be abrupt, harsh, scary, angry towards an animal or a child or even an adult human. But just compare children to animals for the moment, because adults are a little bit different. Obviously they're all very similar, and we all have a right to life, and we have feelings too. But children are far more innocent, defenseless and pure, in the same way as an animal is innocent, defenseless and pure. So so if right to life has just got to do with species, who chooses what species has a right to life? What if an alien, there's definitely extraterrestrials, do they just choose them? Like you just choose your own species. Everyone chooses your own species. So then you just go around killing all the other species. Is that what happens? Or do you actually step outside of your own species box and say, it's not just all about me in life. It's not all about what I can get or take from another sentient being, but it's also about integrity and love, care, true love. Not just saying you love something and then you kill them or rape them or take away their children and separate families, because that's what happens in the dairy industry. Because that is what happens in the dairy industry. And that's what I want to talk about in a minute, okay? So yeah, right to life goes beyond all these things that I'm mentioning. Animals have a right to life, simple as that. And they feel like us, and they have bodies like us. They have emotions like us, they have social structure like us. So it's very self-evident. In the same way, you can't just say, don't hurt my pet or kill my pet just because I wanted it. Selfish reason, I want my pet, it's me, it's about me. But then you eat meat or you kill another animal. They're all the same. Animals are animals. They're not particularly drastically different than another. Be it a bird, a land animal, or even a fish. I've heard fish have vertebrae. They have central nervous systems, and they also have social structures and families. So yeah, that was when I found out that years ago. I was surprised, but we'll see if that's true. I don't really know. It's a high likelihood it's true. I think it's probably true. So. Sad to the days when I used to go fishing or burn ants with magnifying glass as a child. I just totally disconnected. I was a younger caterpillar, so I have no bad feelings towards myself, but it kind of makes me cringe a little bit if I think about it much, which I'm not going to think about it much because there's no need. But yeah, it is sad. These days, for example, check this out. See coconuts and a balloon pretending to be a coconut? These days, if let's say I open a coconut or a piece of fruit and there's a whole lot of ants on it, I won't just fling it into the compost pile or down the hill or into the bushes, because that'll just probably hurt, or maybe even break a leg, or give a crazy catapult. It'll hurt and disrupt their feasting, their eating. I'd rather just put it on the ground somewhere, be it an apple butt or a fruit skin or whatever. I try my best. I just really care, and I know I'm very, very, very trustworthy and kind and good in that way. I've done a lot of growth. I think for somebody to show really good, kind, deep, loving, caring, and deeply respectful, caring behaviour towards insects and animals is a really, really, really good sign. If they have that level of ethics and care and thoughts towards and behaviour towards an animal or an insect. I don't even want to step on ants, definitely not. I love them, I care for them. Don't want to disable them. That's horrible. Why do you want to disable something like that? Don't break what you can't mend or create. Don't break what you can't create. Don't kill what you can't create, yeah, if somebody's so good towards those creatures, who so many, it's so easy and socially acceptable to dismiss and don't care at all, I think that's such a gold star to how you're going to treat other people and children and babies. I've often heard, and I've seen it in the past on TV, sometimes a killer or a serial killer, they abused animals, and that was like the first sign. If you're doing the opposite of abusing animals and showing serious, deep respect, honour and noble care towards them, that's an amazing sign. So if you're ever looking for somebody, it doesn't always apply, to be honest. It really doesn't. It depends how much inner work you've been doing and growth, how much of a caterpillar you're growing into a butterfly. Because there definitely are vegans who are full of anger and they're just not thinking good thoughts or feeling good in their heart towards humans, because they're upset with humans and sad and angry towards humans for abusing animals. So it doesn't really fully 100% apply across the whole board, but overall I think it's a really good thing if you get to know a person more and see if it applies also to humans, which in my case it does. So that's just the truth. I'm not trying to like promote myself or look for an award or accolades or nothing like that. Be funny if I was, wouldn't it? Hey, look at me, everybody, look at me. But yeah, in the dairy industry, female babies are taken from their mother, and I've seen and so are males, actually, to be honest. But the female babies, the mother to begin with is impregnated against its will, like basically rape. It's impregnated against will pretty much every year until it dies a really young age of 5 or 6, instead of in the factory farming industry, instead of, I don't know, 15 to 20. So it's totally exploited and abused and drained from excessive like stuff like antibiotics, chemicals, drugs, pesticides, really poor quality food, and massive over milking and drugs to produce more milk, and bad behaviour toward really dishonourable behaviour towards the cow, and mastitis, which is infection of the breasts too, and living in dirty, sloppy conditions. So that's factory farming, okay? So it's disgusting and horrible. How can I say anything about that? It's horrible, it's repulsive. I'd never want to buy dairy and support that industry. Yeah, you don't want to support that, guys and girls, with your money. You definitely don't. You know, it's up to you, of course. I can't control you, nor would I want to, but just consider that in terms of if you're going to grow into more of a caterpillar and choose not to support that. So yeah, basically the same with every factory farmed animal. Yeah, same thing basically, except for if it's pig or anything else, okay, or chicken. So then the baby female is for the dairy. They can get impregnated and produce milk when they're old. So it's all about money. People want to make money. So then what they're going to do with the baby female is they're going to start doing the same thing as they did to their mum. Super sad. So when the mum dies, then they just butcher it, shred it up, and becomes fast food for like McDonald's and Burger King and stuff, which is absolutely gross. But I can't believe I ate in those places when I was younger. I never knew anything about it. 0% knowledge or awareness. But anyway, that's life, and it's part of my soul path, and I'm totally okay with that, because I'm totally different now, and the past is gone, and now is all that matters moving forward. So yeah. The baby boys are just basically shredded for me. Unfortunately, they're just killed. It's really sad. They're just babies, and both of them are both baby boy or baby girl is separated from the mama, which is so sad. I've seen videos where the mama is running after, trying to find its children. It's so sad, wailing, and the mother and the baby's trying to get back to. That wasn't factory farming, because in factory farming there's basically no opportunity for that. It's the worst. It's like a torture camp. But at least in the free range, which is still disgusting and horrible too, it's just slavery and exploitation, and it's the same result of killing in the end. Just a nicer, better treated slave. But there's still an awful lot of captivity and like kept in warehouses. You know, like in those type of buildings, like, except that's just an ordinary house. But in huge buildings, like a lot of this free range stuff, they only get like, I don't know, 4 to 6 hours outside a day or something not fully good at all. So yeah, nobody wants to be killed against their will, do you? Do you want to like your mum and dad killed but they were free range and organic? Nobody wants that. It's just silly. It's just like, it's an oxymoron. It's like saying I love you and killing you, but you live till you're 50 instead of 10, 20. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense really, to be honest. Would you ever, like, there's a saying, do unto others like you like to treat them, do unto yourself, you know, like, would you want to be, how would you like to be if you were a cow or a pig or a cat or a dog? I'd want to be treated with the utmost kindness, love and integrity the way I treat the animals and others, not just me, of course, and loved till the very end. To the very end. Deep love and care. No hurt, pain, trauma, shouting, kicking, punching, poking. No pulling the rug from under your carpet. No shouting to get out. No not bringing you for a walk if you're a dog, like 3 times a day at least. Like no being indoors so much, like outside a lot, like you're supposed to if you're an animal. And having a great time, having friends, socializing, exercising enough, and being treated lovingly. If as a dog or cat, I'd love to be like on the lap of my parents, sometimes sleep close by them or next to them sometimes, or in the room or somewhere close by and cozy. It could be even in the next room, it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to say it has to be the same room. I'm a very open and flexible type of guy. And definitely, yeah, no form of like anger lashed out of me. I want my human family member, as if I was an animal, to care for my feelings, care for my mental, emotional, physical well-being, and buy me really good quality food. There's raw food, not cooked food. Cooked food or even dry nibbles is not good for animals. Just thought I'd tell you that. It's like definitely bad. They haven't adapted long enough. We as humans are far hardier species, but cooked food is still, it's a caterpillar vibrational on our path of vibrational growth. As we grow, we'll simplify our food to just like mono ingredients at a time, like avocado. Even though I was looking for salt, just going to be honest with you, but there wasn't any in the house that I could get. But without a million seasonings and salts and spices and cayenne peppers and dehydrated food, like, you know, like the kibble for animals and dogs just gets them really constipated. It helps them to get cancer. All the like commercial animal food helps them get cancer, sick and die, and osteoporosis and diabetes. That's what happens if the food that we take that gives us those sicknesses given to an animal, they'll get it, because we'll get it even faster. So that's just the truth of the matter, that I know for sure, my friends. It is the truth of the matter. But again, I'm not shaming or judging anyone. Don't worry. This is what I usually gave my pets in the past before I even knew better. So please don't think I'm trying to say you're bad. You're not. Like, just learn and change as you desire when you're ready, if you desire it, and if you're ready. There's no pressure from me whatsoever. Sure, I don't even know you, so who would I even be talking to try and get the change? I don't want to try and make you feel bad. Like, I want to make you feel good and empower you and uplift you. And feel good going forward in your heart, knowing you're making new, healthier, sweeter choices for you, the planet, and then the animals. So yeah, apparently I learned recently that grain is 100 times more expensive than the grain that humans buy, like stuff that makes bread and pancakes and flour and all the stuff. That's 100 times more expensive than the grain that's sold to farmers to feed animals. So what I found is when vegans buy commercial olive oil and possibly other oil, I'm not sure if there's other oil included, but definitely olive oil, and definitely bread and flour products that's made from grains like wheat and spelt, probably especially wheat, but maybe spelt, other grains, okay? Basically speaking, you're subsidizing, that money is going to go to the farmers who are growing the grains for the animals, except they're going to get 100 times more money from you selling it to you than what they're selling to the factory farms and stuff like that to feed their animals. So the farmers growing grain, you're going to empower them loads and give them loads of money and help them stay in business and stay afloat, than if they're just trying to sell only to the factory farms, etc., to feed the animals. So basically speaking, you're promoting animal cruelty a lot if you're buying grains, which is like crazy to think, but it makes a lot of sense, to be honest. And maybe oils are included, I don't know, but apparently the oil has something got to do with the animals as well, like it's fed to them or done for something for them. So yeah, sorry to say that, like, I know that kind of sucks for people who are vegans and then they hear that, you know. Yeah, I know everything is interconnected, so it's better off to support vegan stores, another topic in my opinion, because then it's just far better in general than directly supporting a company that sells meat or dairy. Yeah. I think that's more or less all I wanted to say. Yeah, the right to eat whatever you want on your plate. Not really, because like I said earlier, there's like people who kill other humans, like cannibals, and they don't have that right. Like, no one has the right to kill you either. I care for you, protect you. I never want anyone to hurt you or your pet. And the pet's the same as any other, either wild or factory or free range animal. They're all animals. It doesn't matter if a pet human or a wild human. A human's a human. And just let you know, you can never own another living being, be it a plant, the land, or a human. You can never own a living being. You can't even own the land. We belong to the land, like the natives say. We don't. The land does not belong to us, and that's 100% true. Now, when you raise your frequency consciousness, all this stuff becomes much more self-evident, and you become aware of this stuff. Yeah. Where's the camera? Where are you, camera? Yeah, so 48 years young here, been on a vegan diet for 16 years, which includes plenty of raw foods and many moments of all raw for weeks, days or months. So many of them. Did a 35-day juice feast once too. One other thing, which is a crazy point, sorry to bring it up, but the old world order / the new world order that they wanted to be / the Illuminati / the Cabal, they're all a whole lot of pedophiles, unfortunately. Bless them, and I hope they transition, and maybe they're playing a soul contract as a baddie, and in a different lifetime they were a goodie. Maybe we were a baddie in a different lifetime. All this stuff's very true, you know. We play roles for each other. But with that said, part of the role is to make us step up and be kind and defensive and loving and protective for the love and the light and for the innocent beings. But they also do child sacrifice. It's being reported, it's been told by so many now. The truth is out there. The media is all lies, you probably already know that, but it's controlled, absolutely 100% controlled and deliberate, but they've been caught fibbing constantly now. And the truth, this is the age of light. Up until the end of the Mayan calendar 2022, that was the age of darkness. Sorry, 2012, the age of darkness, some people say. And from then into now, and going forward, is age of light. So we're bringing up all the darkness, and it's being shown, it's coming to the surface, people are finding out. And then of course, next after that will be the age of love, as the systems change and we create new systems and people are in power of kinder, loving, higher consciousness and frequency and their heart. Then the age of love will come, where we'll create beauty in heaven and earth, deeply and fully. But yeah, they eat, kills children. They don't have that right. We don't have a right to eat what we want, anything we feel like it. Diet and what we eat isn't something we can just choose whatever we want. There has to be ethics involved, like I said from the very beginning. Like I said to my friend, care, if we do what I'm saying, which is just, well, like, what's the simple choice, okay? To hurt, kill, separate families, rape, separate children and babies from their mothers, and have everyone crying, begging, wanting each other, and end their life early, which is their life. It's their one and only life in this life form. And if you can choose not to do any of that, what would you rather do? All the bloodshed and hurt, pain and suffering and emotional trauma, bullying and abuse of power, selfishness, money and greed. Would you rather, which sounds more like normal or healthy? That? It's kind of very obvious. Or just being kind, being friendly, being gentle, being loving, being respectful, paying honor, dignity, respect, treating with kindness and compassion and caring for one another, both for animals but for humans too, and our earthly mother nature, Gaia. All that stuff over there, or what I just mentioned. Now if we do this, we'll create heaven on earth right now, instantaneously, because we all love and care for each other, respect and protect each other. We all nurture each other's wellness, growth and prosperity, both physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually and even financially. We're a team, we're a loving unit, we're a family. The name of my channel is One Love, Owen Fox. My name, One Love. What was that? One love, one family. Now, what feels nicer to you? What group would you like to be in? The one where you could be killed and your family killed as well and all of you hurt and separated as well? Or would you like to be in my group, the One Love, One Family group? You know, what would you like your child or partner or your mum or dad? Like, what would you, like, there's a hummingbird. A hovering hummingbird. So yeah, that's all I really want to say, my friends. So it's really obvious, isn't it? Obviously the second group. Yeah, but we've been programmed and brainwashed by the media. And that's okay. It's part of the age of light and the age of expansion and ascension. We're growing up. We're becoming a butterfly. And I'm not angry at anybody. I'm almost not even upset. But if my partner or someone dear and close to me started supporting the dairy industry, either continuously, consciously, yeah, both of them, you know, I could accept a few slip-ups if they were very stressed, sad or depressed or something, made a slip-up. I've broken veganism a few times throughout the years of 16 years, by the way. I'm not perfect. I'm not pretending to be perfect. I'm not pretending to be an angel. I'm not. I'm definitely amn't. I really am not. I'm an angel into becoming, or a butterfly into becoming, same as you. So I give people slack. I'm very gentle. I'm generally very patient, very tolerant, and very understanding, typically. Obviously I'm still growing. I'm not an angel. I'm not always tolerant. I was sick recently, like I said. I got like food or water poisoning, and my tolerance really went down. I just less tolerance and ability to just be okay with bad vibes or behaviour. You know, usually don't be too putting up with bad vibes or behaviour in general, of course, but usually be much more understanding and tolerant and patient. But not when I was really sick. Headaches, diarrhea, loss of appetite, disturbed tummy. It just wasn't the best. So I wasn't ready. I was weak, tired. I wasn't able for like stuff like drama and weird behaviour, you know, strange behaviour and commotion. Oh, there's a squirrel. That is so cool. You probably can't even see. I'm sorry about that. Let me just see if I can fix this. Where is it? Damn, it's already gone. I'm sorry, I tried. So yeah, just don't think that I'm trying to pretend I'm better than I am. I'm not. I'm definitely not. But I'm happy to say I'm really awesome and cool too. Like so are you. We're all beautiful butterflies and caterpillars, or butterflies into becoming. You know. So just what I stand by is truth. Accept and own and work on both all of your strengths and your weaknesses. Celebrate yourself, but also check out when if you slip up and fall. If you slip up, fall or falter, just learn and get it back up again, and be as kind to others if you're slipping and falling as being mean or unfriendly or unconscious to them. Just try and include them in your heart and care for others too, if that's part of your mistakes, which is part of all of our mistakes. Me too, don't worry. So yeah, I hope this video gives you some love and care and positive example of just being humble but genuine, caring but non-judgmental, non-condemning, and just, you know, celebrate how awesome and cool you are too, and be proud of yourself for how far you've come and all that you've learned and gone through tough experiences and grown, and all the knowledge and wisdom you have now. That's definitely a squirrel. Okay, cool. Yeah, so don't worry, everything's okay. And this video isn't meant to attack anyone, as you already know. I'm sure you can get the vibe. But in my life I've been happy to learn things. So, yeah. Yeah, I think that's more or less it, I suppose. Unless you can think of anything else, just tell me telepathically. Just go back in time, tell me, and I'll include it in this video. Okay, awesome. Alright my friends, I think that's it then. I'll eat my avocado, and way longer video than I expected. So lots of love and care, and keep being the best version of you possibly can, and enjoy becoming a butterfly, more virtuous day by day. The truth shall set you free. Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful time. I really enjoyed making this video, to be honest. I love speaking from my heart. Yeah, I just love children, I love people, I love animals. So it's lovely to become more aware so you can hurt each other less and nurture each other more. Take care and lots of love. Just to let you know, my name is Owen Fox. I do coaching, holistic, on body, mind, spirit, and I do relationship coaching and help counselling too. Helping people is my passion and part of my work and purpose and calling that I'm inspired to do in the world. That's the main thing. I've written 2 books 8 years ago, and I have 2 new awesome books that I really recommend and enjoy. One is free, and the second one won't be free, okay? One's a gift. I'm also working on a video course on heal yourself, your life, your family, your relationship, and your ancestral line, or your ancestral trauma. So that's going to be coming out soon. That's my little passion project baby. So I hope you all, maybe some of you may be interested in that, and if you are, that'd be awesome. Come back, and please do like, share and subscribe and comment as inspired. Thank you for supporting my channel. That's been censored heavily by the pharmaceutical industry, but that's a different story because I sell herbs. Yeah, I forgot to say, 25% off herbs at my herb store, Higher Self Herbs, the bigger packets. Feel welcome to check them out for your physical and holistic well-being. If you have any questions or comments or video topics you'd like me to discuss, please do leave it in the comments below. And one last thing, befriend me on social media such as Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to my YouTube channel here. I'm also on Odyssey Video, uncensored platform too. Yes, check out my things below. You'll find me down there, as also a description of my past and my story down below in the description too. So yeah, I look forward to making your acquaintance more, should you be passionately inspired and drawn to me. And I'm very happy making this video, so yeah, I'm glad to share. I'm grateful for you watching too. Lots of love, thank you. My name is Owen Fox, like I said, from Ireland, but in Costa Rica traveling, like I said. So, like I said. See ya. And blessings of the Most High and Most Bright to be with you, and may you be very blessed and illuminantly prosperous in all of your life, in all ways.
How's Lulu? Hi Lulu. Love you. You're such a good doggy. Hi. You like to come over to us, don't you? And sometimes try and break into our house at night time to sleep with us.
Our neighbour dog from over there even just jumped over the fence. Pretty cool, eh?
Good doggy.
The gate, the door.
Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace.